opera and opera subject matter is embedded right from Year 1 undergraduate right through to postgraduate here at Trinity Laban. So from Year 1 you can do a lot of work on text, on language, on poetry. You can begin to think about characterization, about stagecraft skills. So they don't have to be singing opera arias at Year 1 to be developing these performance skills. What I love about opera skills, for want of a better term, is that they provide resources for young people to be fully rounded artists. So one of the things that I recognized very quickly when I started this job is that there is already set up a very good culture of masterclasses here, and for all stages. Among the many people who've come to work here this year was Gidon Sachs and Barbara Hannigan, for example. They're very generous and they're very flexible. They're not just working with the most advanced or experienced students, and I love the fact that they're like that. They get it. So in March, we had the Irish mezzo, Patricia Barden, here to work with our students in masterclasses. I think Patricia Barden is the most phenomenal singer. One of the wonderful things is watching the students' faces when she's giving a masterclass and she begins to just demonstrate a sound, and she radiates the room with her own sound. But she's also then doing an analysis of how do you make that sound, how do you export it, how do you generate it, and she will give any student she works with the confidence that they too cannot make her sound, but they can make a sound that has that sort of excitement and potential in it.
Lift it, keep it bubbling, keep it like, you know, in the sound. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed today. It's very rewarding for me when a singer can take on board something positive and run with it and then enjoy it and, you know, smile because, oh, that felt so easy.
We're very lucky to have this link with the Young Artist Programme, the Yetta Parker Programme at the Royal Opera House. David Gowland, who is head of that programme, brings some of the young artists and they work together with our singers. So they're getting great coaching and great bits of advice. And next year, I'm hoping that we will include some ensembles as well as just arias so that we can open this up to even more people.
This is about the third year we've been doing these masterclasses and recitals. It's wonderful to see this emerging talent. There have been great people come out of this conservatoire. James Newby, of course, Nardis Williams, Madeline Bradbury-Rance, who I've been in coaching for about a year now. And it's got a lot of potential and a great ethos.
It's been one of the most fantastic opportunities and one of the best things about my time here at Trinity Laban. It's been incredibly useful to see young artists who, as David says, are maybe a few years ahead of us in their training, and to get feedback and advice from them, but also to have had the opportunity to meet David Gowland. And in fact, it was after my first masterclass with him this time last year that I was then asked to come back to the Opera House and to see him again, and I now coach with him regularly, and that is an amazing contact. And I feel incredibly grateful to Trinity Laban for the opportunity, because it was only really through that and through this exposure that I've managed to form that relationship, which I think will be a really useful one and a lovely one for my future career.
What's wonderful about the ethos here is that the guidance, the care and the attention that all the professors give to their students it really gives them a chance to blossom and develop not just their voices, of course, but their own identities.
Here at Trinity Laban we have these wonderful side-by-side series where members of the profession will come and work side-by-side with Trinity Laban students. And this year we had members of Welsh National Opera Orchestra coming to work with our own orchestra, sitting in with them. So we had this glorious beast of an orchestra accompanying 3 major opera excerpts. It's like you can't learn to swim unless you jump into the water, and I think you can't learn to sing with an orchestra and a conductor unless you have that experience of an orchestra and a conductor. And so our singers really had to learn about that, playing out, following a conductor, telling the story, projecting, which is quite a difficult thing to understand the importance of unless you do sing with an orchestra and think, oh yeah, now I really need to learn to project. So this was just a splendid project, and it just brought home so many pieces of wisdom that it's quite difficult to teach in any other way.
The great thing about doing projects like this is that you're in an environment where it's safe to experiment. If you're out in a professional world singing with an orchestra for the first time, the pressure is very, very high there. Whereas we have projects like this, we get that experience and we know how to tackle it and how to adapt.
Twice a year, our postgraduate students have the opportunity to participate in the presentation of opera scenes with piano, usually with a conductor as well as a pianist, and coached by people who are also working in the opera profession. Our undergraduates also get to participate in opera scenes, so they're all getting to explore this discipline. Every year we present at least one fully staged, with orchestra, costumes, lights, opera. This gives the students as close as we can to a real professional experience with all the disciplines and sometimes frustrations that actually really responding to a professional situation demands.
It's amazing for me as an undergraduate to have the opportunity to be cast as a principal role in the summer opera, and it's just this amazing kind of real world experience. So you come out at the end with the knowledge, the understanding and the practical experience.
My role as a director in this production is to facilitate, to empower and to help them find what their process as a singer is. The students have absolutely exceeded my expectations in every way, vocally, dramatically and in terms of what they bring to the rehearsal room.
So what's been great is being able to work with such a huge team of people who are genuinely interested. At the beginning, there was the music calls where we worked with coaches, directors, the musical director. One of the coaches in particular that I really enjoyed getting to meet was Nikki Spence, who's performed this role and had some amazing insights. And then once we got into the rehearsal room, there's a whole new team of people. We have the movement coach, the director, 2 assistant directors, the designer, and all these people are bringing amazing ideas, and getting to work with them has been really an exciting process so far.
It's very exciting to see Trinity Laban students out there in the opera profession leading successful careers. And perhaps James Newby is one of the jewels in our crown. He won the Kathleen Ferrier when he was still an undergraduate. Nardis Williams, who is Houston Grand Opera. Simon Dyer, who was at Glimmerglass and is now at Florida Grand Opera. And I'm very delighted that Bethany Horrock-Hallett, who is a fabulous mezzo, who is one of our postgraduates, just leaving us to go to Glambourne Festival Chorus. She's a very exciting singer. And it's a student like that who, even in my year here, and I've heard her develop and see where she's moving on to now, and I'm very excited about being here.
During my 2 years here at Trinity Laban, though I've had a wealth of opportunities to be involved in opera of all kinds and all languages, that's what I want to do. I want to be an opera singer, and Trinity Laban has definitely helped me, develop the skills to go out into the professional world and to get work.
Hello? Oh God. Right, there, how does that feel? A bit scary? Right.